Hello my lovelies, a very quick video for you today. This is two little miniature grimoires that I have been working on recently. I've talked about miniature grimoires, mini grimoires before, and I will link the video to those below. Oh, we have cat ructions. So if you're interested in more mini grimoire magic, check out that video. It's a little bit longer because there's more projects, but this is just two that I have finished recently. So yeah, let's get stuck in. I'm going to pop that one aside. This was using one of my mini grimoires that I have in the Etsy shop. So if you're interested in those, I'll also link my Etsy shop down below. This one was just another collection of sigils. Again, spread over time. As I was doing magic, creating sigils, I put them in the pages of this mini grimoire. And this, I feel like this is going to become a series of mini grimoires. I think it's a little bit like my manifestation box. It's nice to be able to do just a little bit of art magic in one go. This was my sigil for my word of the year, which was flow. Yeah, so just like my manifestation cards, creating a sigil in a simple form, just with some pens and textures or whatever, and then popping it into my sigil book is a nice way to do a small session, a short session of art magic without having to do a massive elaborate spread. You know, we don't always have the time or, quite frankly, the spoons. You know, energy can be low. I suffer from that quite a lot. So I think it's nice to be able to show you projects that aren't as elaborate, in case you too have those moments where you've got these ideas and you want to be able to do big things, but sometimes you just don't have the energy or the capability. So this is my sigil for body positivity. A sigil for peace. I know in a previous video that you might have seen, my winter time was very focused on peace and the season of peace, peace across the world, peace in all its meanings, I suppose. This is actually an older sigil. I am protected from all harm. I've made a stamp of this one, but I decided I wanted to also put it into my little book. This is a love and harmony sigil. This was a fun prosperity sigil. I've got a number of sigils along this sort of theme. And I've made stamps from some of them, and I reuse those sigils quite a lot. But this was a sort of a adaptation, I suppose, of a previously created sigil. And I think that can be quite fun to do with sigils too, is to take something that you might have created and sort of elaborate on it and finesse it or adapt it a little in the way it looks and how you sort of embellish it. It can be fun to sort of rework and reinvigorate a sigil in that way. Dream sigil. Two different wealth sigils that I have worked with in the past. Again, I made a stamp from this one, and I made it was actually a lino block print from that one. You are strong and resilient, and you will defeat this. This was for a very specific moment in my life where I really needed to call on strength and resilience to get through some tough moments. This is my Be Well sigil, which is just really simple, but I think very strong and very effective. This is a health sigil. Again, I actually made this into a lino block print. A Peace and Solitude sigil. Again, those themes of peace coming back up again recently. And a Happiness sigil. And a sigil for embracing one's spirituality. So that's that little mini grimoire. And then this one you might have seen before in its very incomplete state. I had nothing in it because this has appeared in several of my works in progress or books in progress videos. And I finally completed it. I haven't given it a front cover label yet. And I don't know whether I will or not, to be honest. I don't always. I do like to embellish my covers, but at this stage, it's still blank. So let's hope we've got it up the right way, which we do. So this is my Brunch Magick book. I do love a little bit of kitchen witchery. I know most people would identify me as an art witch. And I certainly apply that to myself, but I'm a Corregan witch, therefore I have all sorts going on, and I work with all sorts of different materials and energies and in different witchy ways, and one of those ways is with kitchen witchery. I do love to create meals around a specific intention. And brunch is my favourite meal of the day. So whether that is actual breakfast or whether it's verging into lunch, I love it. So this one, my Abundance Greens Toast, has actually made an appearance in a previous grimoire. You might have seen it. Cucumber Toast for Harmony and Happiness. Oh my God, I am completely obsessed with cucumber toast. It is... especially in the warmer weather, this is one of my favourite breakfasts. Just some regular old toast, whatever you've got in your freezer, or whatever's in the bread bin. And then some soft white cheese. I like a goat's cheese or a soft feta. But you could use anything. You could use cream cheese. You could use whatever you happen to have. Sliced up cucumber and then sprinkled with sumac on the top. And it's zingy and it's fresh and it's also got some creaminess to it. And it just is all about harmony and happiness. Then we have my love waffles. Do love a waffle. I personally like my waffles with savoury things such as eggs and bacon, or bacon and maybe maple syrup. But this recipe you could totally use with, you know, berries and ice cream, or, you know, whatever you wanted. The Healing Pesto Egg Roll. I particularly like to use this to incorporate my anti-plague pesto recipe into this dish. But, oh God, it's so delicious, even if you just have some, you know, commercial pesto out of a jar. Making myself hungry. The Healing Salmon and Lentil Salad, which if I am doing that for more of the earlier side of brunch, I'll add some hard-boiled eggs. But if not, it's basically a lunch dish with some smoked salmon, and it's gorgeous. Prosperity Smashed Avocado. I mean, smashed avocado is absolutely ideal for prosperity magic, or even bringing in beauty magic. Breakfast burritos for grounding and protection. And shakshuka for success, energy, and passion. I love shakshuka. One of my favourite breakfast dishes, and so simple, but just so impressive. It's a wonderful one to do if you want to invite friends around for brunch, as it's very easy to sort of prepare, ready, and then bung in the oven and bring out for your guests. Self-care scramble. So this is something that I came up with that I actually cook up in advance. So the self-care element of this is that you can have a really nourishing, delicious breakfast without having to make a lot of effort to do it. So it can have just about anything in it. These are some of my combinations. So I tend to do some sort of vegetable, maybe with some bacon, and I cook that up in a pan with some herbs and spices, and then I'll freeze little individual portions of that I can grab out of the freezer and bung in a pan and add some scrambled egg, and that's breakfast. Done. Nourishing, helpful, healthy, happy, self-care, just all of the good. And have that on a bit of toast. Mushroom omelette for magic and balance. This is a French style omelette, so it's the very fluffy souffle omelette. So light and delicious, and there's something about the almost alchemical process of making a souffle omelette that is incredibly magical for me. And then add some mushrooms and it's even more magical. Happiness Monte Cristo. Monte Cristos are one of my faves. Love a Monte Cristo. And all of these things bring happiness. I mean, ham and cheddar and maple syrup, they're all very happy. Happy. And you can actually, I sometimes, you know, those toast sort of cutter things that have, you know, patterns on them that say smile, or they've got pictures of, you know, hearts or whatever. I've got one that's a big smiley face, and I actually will often press that into the toast before putting it in the toaster, so that it just adds to that happiness intention. And this is my prosperity potato cakes for leftover potato. Oh my god, these things with a bit of avocado, wow, so good. And last is my comfort scrambled eggs with pancakes and bolognese. So this is actually from something my childhood my mum used to do. She would often, this is sort of a combination of leftovers. Sometimes for dinner, we would have pancakes with bolognese. I know that might sound a bit nuts, but it is so delicious. And I highly recommend, just make sure your pancakes are savoury. Don't add sugar to your pancake mix, which is the more traditional French way of making crepes. They don't traditionally have sugar in them. You serve them either savoury or sweet, depending on what you put with them. So she would make pancakes and serve it with leftover bolognese. And then in the morning at breakfast, often there was pancake mix left. And she would do that and then top with a softly scrambled egg. Oh, wow. So that's all about comfort food for me, because it resonates so deeply with my childhood and nurturing. So that's it. That's my little Brunch Magick book, which will not be living in the library. It will be living in the kitchen, where I can grab it out whenever I want to make a nice brunch on a weekend or what have you. So I hope maybe this has inspired you to look at the way you cook some of your favourite meals and how you might incorporate some magic into them. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it inspires you. Goodbye, my lovely witches, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.